A long time has passed, but the Polats are distraught by what happened to their son Murat. 8 years ago, Murat left his home in Istanbul to do his military service. He never returned. He died in an army barrack, the victim of a brutal beating.
We sent our son to serve the fatherland, and the fatherland killed him. He didn't fall in conflict or fighting Kurdish separatists. He was killed by fellow soldiers. They stomped on him. His body was covered with boot marks. It was horrendous.
Murat was accused of theft, and in custody he was subjected to hours of beating on the orders of a superior officer. The soldiers responsible were later let off with a fine. Now Murat's parents want justice.
He still had everything ahead of him. He wanted to start a business and have a family and take care of us when we got old. But Allah cut his time short and took him. What else can I say?
In mid-March, a group of soldiers' families rallied in front of Parliament in Ankara. Kenan Polat was among them. They're outraged at how slowly such crimes are investigated. For decades, verbal and physical abuse and suicide in the Turkish army was a taboo topic. Now victims and their families dare to go public.
We sent our brother to do military service, and what did they do? They killed him. And I ask you, has that ever happened to the child of a parliamentarian or the son of a rich family?
Human rights organisations accuse the army of hushing up suspicious deaths by making them look like suicides. They say more soldiers have died in their own barracks than fighting rebels from the separatist Kurdistan Workers' Party. Every Turkish male must serve 15 months draft. Conscientious objection isn't allowed. In school, children learn that every Turk is a born soldier. Military culture has a long tradition in Turkey. The founder of the Turkish Republic, Kemal Atatürk, was himself an army general. But today the military has lost a lot of its political clout, and grievances that were long suppressed are now finally being aired. Mert Şavuz did his military service in the provinces of Anatolia. To this day, he's haunted by his experiences there. Recently, he filed a complaint with the Human Rights Parliamentary Commission. Turkish nationalists view his action as tantamount to treason. Even speaking to us is a risk. In Turkey, it's a crime to say anything that could harm the reputation of the army.
Corporal punishment was normal if you didn't do your duties or perform them to a less than satisfactory standard. There were comrades who were subjected to sleep deprivation, and if they fell asleep later on duty, they'd be punished again. I saw it. It was quite normal for officer cadets to be allowed to humiliate the new recruits. They were always exploiting them, and even forcing them to make breakfast. They were their personal servants.
An initiative for soldiers' rights was founded in Istanbul, and in just the first 8 months, it received nearly 1,000 requests for help. The activists are demanding an ombudsman for the soldiers, much like Germany's Commissioner for the Armed Forces.
Every year, 400,000 young men are cooped up together for 15 months, and the only choice they have is to be a victim or to take part in the abuse and humiliation in one way or another. It's systematic, and that has got to be broken.
Most of the victims of abuse and suicides in the Turkish Armed Forces are members of ethnic minorities or come from poor backgrounds. Murat Polat grew up in a poor neighbourhood in Istanbul. His father Kenan runs a little tea shop. 8 years after his son's death, he's still fighting for justice. He's going to the European Court of Human Rights to force the military brass to admit their complicity. And he wants the case against Murat's accused killers reopened.
I won't rest until the death of my son is atoned for, until those responsible for it are no longer running around free, and until the state recognizes my son as a fallen martyr.
As a student, Mert Chavez generally had little to worry about in the barracks. His fellow soldiers were aware that he was able to take legal action if they tried anything. The cruel hazings in the barracks left a stain on his image of the so-called heroic Turkish military, and they left memories of torment that still haunt him.
They always justify rough treatment in the army with the fight against terrorism. But now a peace process has been initiated with the Kurds. That could be an opportunity for us to ensure that Turkey has normal, humane military service in the future.
The courage of family members and witnesses like Mert Chavez has triggered a public debate. A debate that may save the lives of future soldiers in Turkey.